Hi everybody, Jill here, and tonight I'm going to be making a brand new recipe out of our Fall Season's Best recipe catalog. It is absolutely fantastic. It's called Oven Baked Fried Chicken, and use cornflakes for the batter. It is super simple and fast, and it is going to be baked on our brand new Brilliance baking pan with rack. Oh my goodness, folks, I can't tell you enough about this pan. I absolutely love my Brilliance cookware, and when they came out with the Bakeware, I was so excited because screamed. I'm so excited. I absolutely love my stoneware, but there's times when you want, a metal pan to bake things in. And this guy right here is very large, so you can cook for a whole family on it. And the rack makes it fantastic because it keeps the food up out of its oils and greases, and it's much healthier for you. So these pans are super heavy duty. They are non-stick, just like our Brilliance cookware. No sprays needed. Do not ever use sprays on our cookware or any of our pans or stoneware because it will create a residue that's very, very hard to remove. They're dishwasher safe and just absolutely beautiful, and they're on sale this month. So to start out, I've already processed some cornflakes into almost like a breadcrumb consistency. I put a 1/4 cup of butter in there and I mixed it all together to create the outside crust. I've got a cup of flour with our seasonal salt in it mixed up, and I've got milk and 3 eggs mixed up. And so we're going to start by just putting, I'm going to scoot these out of the way because that way you can see me do this process. It's always great to have these little baking mats because they're so nice and keep your counters clean, and you can cut on them. They're just wonderful. So this is our spatula tong, which I used to mix the butter with the cornflakes. I've used it to mix the milk and the eggs. It whips just like you would do with a whip. It's fantastic. Or you can use this little dude as tongs. Woo! So I'm doing, the recipe calls for a whole chicken, but I'm not cooking a whole chicken because I don't need a whole chicken. So I'm doing some thighs, boneless thighs. So you're going to put those in the flour. You're going to cover them very, very well. You want to make sure they're fully covered with flour and coated very nicely. You want to make sure they're thawed because the flour's going to stick to them a lot better when they're thawed. And then just sit those, oops, got a spot there that didn't get covered. Sit them aside, and you can sit them on your mat or a plate or whatever you want to put them on. And then get the other one here and put him in there. If you haven't noticed, you watch my videos, I call everybody a him. So I guess I'm partial, I don't know. Which is funny because I raised 3 daughters. So anyway, there's one more. And then this guy right here, I'm gonna coat him up real good with the flour. Make sure it's fully coated. You just want to make sure that way, your breading comes out perfect. There's that. And then you're going to set those aside for a minute. And you're going to take the eggs and the milk, and you're going to dump that remaining amount of flour in there. And mix that all up to create your batter. So like I said, these tongs are fantastic. You just do everything with them and you only have one tool that you're getting dirty. So that's fantastic. The less dishes, the better, right? So I'm gonna mix this all up good till it's nice and thin, mixed. almost there. There we go. And we have a nice thick batter that we're going to put our chicken in. And then we're going to dip them in the batter, and then we're going to dip them in the breadcrumbs, and I'm going to put them on the baking pan. So let's bring everything down here where you can see really well. Now this recipe calls for enough to cook, you know, a whole chicken. So if you need to make a whole chicken for your family, this recipe will do that. I didn't make that much. You let some of that come off, drip off, and then you put it in the cornflakes and the butter, and you want to cover it good. Make sure it sticks good. And you lay that on your baking pan, just like that. That's how it's done. I'll be back with you once it's done to show you how it turned out.